We're going to continue our learning of HTML by focusing on elements that are used to create text, links, and images on our web pages. Since most web pages consist primarily of words, pictures, and links, it's really important that we learn these elements very well. I'm going to be showing you examples, and I want you to pay close attention to them. The first element I want you to focus on is called the paragraph element. The paragraph element is represented by the P. So you have an opening P and closing P tag, and within it you have the content that you wish to mark up. In addition to having a paragraph that marks up text, you can emphasize text using the EM, or emphatic stress element. This normally will have the effect of making whatever you wrap in italics. So here's an example of a paragraph where the word best has been wrapped with an EM element, and you'll see that the best is italicized. So this is what we call emphatic stress, and it is used for phrasing content. Another way that you can emphasize particular runs of text is using the strong element. So by wrapping a phrase or word in a strong element, you can make it bold. So this is also considered to be phrasing content, and this allows you to direct focus to a discrete passage of text. Another thing that we like to put on our pages is headings. Headings are a way of breaking up our pages so that they're easier for the user to read. It provides organization, and this is just another way of marking up text. But when you place something in one of these 6 heading tags, it automatically bolds it and gives it a particular size. So there are 6 levels of what we call document headings, from H1 to H6. H1 is considered to be the largest, and H6 is considered to be the smallest. H2 is slightly smaller than H1, H3 is slightly smaller than H2, so forth and so on. So when you want to create headings on your page, you use one of these 6 different elements. It requires an opening and closing tag, and you mark up the name of the heading you want on the page. One of the most important elements is the image element. You can place an image element on your web page using the IMG tag. You will notice that image elements are what we call void elements. They only have an opening or start tag. Within that start tag are many different attributes, name-value combinations that help refine the element. For example, for an image, the SRC attribute tells the browser where to find the image to place on the page. The alt attribute tells the browser what text to show if for some reason the image cannot load. And then there are many other attributes you can provide, like width and height, to refine how the image is rendered on the page. In this particular case, I am pointing to an invisible bike image. If for some reason invisible bike can't be found, it will show the text invisible bike. The web is all about linking information. So the hyperlink or anchor element is one of the most important ones that you need to learn. This is called the hyperlink element. If you want to put a hyperlink on your web page, you use an A tag. The A tag is wrapped around content, and it has an href attribute, which points to the resource that the browser should redirect once the wrapped content is clicked. So, for example, here we have some text, search YouTube for cat videos. This text is wrapped in a hyperlink. And if someone were to click on this, whatever is listed in the href attribute is where the browser will redirect. In this case, if someone clicks on the text, it will take them to YouTube. So to create a hyperlink, you use the hyperlink element, which uses the A tag. You wrap that around content, and that makes that content clickable. It's important to note that you can make text clickable, you can make image clickable, you can put a hyperlink around more than just text. Whatever content you wrap will be made clickable, and if a user clicks on that, then they will be taken to whatever is shown in href. So here, I've shown you how you can wrap more than just textual content. In this case, I'm wrapping an image. So I've got a picture of a couple of labs, and then I wrap a hyperlink around it. If someone were to click on a picture of these dogs, the browser would be redirected to the ASPCA's website. So yes, you can wrap any kind of content with A tags, not just text. The other thing you might notice in these examples is that I'm using a special attribute called target. See where it says target equals underscore blank? What this does, this forces the browser to open up a new tab to display the content in. Have you ever been on a web page, clicked on a link, and it took over the window that you were viewing the web page in? And it's super annoying, and it can really frustrate people. So what you'll notice here is that I have a web page called Awesome Page, and it has a little bit of text on it, and then there's some text called Click Here. If someone clicks on Click Here, it will take them to Google. You'll notice in this case, however, that a new tab has opened up to show that resource in. So this is what the target attribute does. If you want to display the resource in a new browser tab, in a new window, then you use target equals blank. As always, I want you to take a look at the HTML element reference, this Mozilla Developer Network website that allows you to learn more about each of the elements that I teach you. Pay close attention to the attributes and examples. Ultimately, this is how you will learn to use these tags. And as always, practice makes perfect. So along with this video presentation is a mini project called Invisible Bike, and you will be creating the project you see here. This is going to give you practice with text, links, and images. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of practice so that you can get a feel for how to use these elements. If I want to create a paragraph, I can use an opening set of p tags. It's just that simple. Whatever content I want in my paragraph, I wrap p tags around. If I want to italicize a word to put emphatic stress on it, I can use my em element. Just wrap that around whatever I want to have emphatic stress. If I want to bold a word, I can use the strong element. All I have to do, wrap whatever word I want in a set of strong tags. Images are void elements. The only thing I really need is an src attribute. So in this case, I'm going to put a picture on the page. And I can close this a variety of different ways. I can close it like this. I can close it like that. In either case, I have the image on the page. All right. If I want to make that image clickable to take somebody somewhere, then I can use the hyperlink or a tag. href is where the person will be sent. I'm going to send someone that clicks on this swag image to my website. And I'm going to use the target attribute to make sure it opens up in a new window. You need to make sure that you wrap the anchor tag around whatever you want to be clickable. So I'm going to put the anchor here, use a little bit of indentation just to make it clear that I'm wrapping it. Now, if I hover over swag, you will see a little finger. When I click on it, it will open up a new page, and that's how you create a hyperlink. So once again, paragraph, strong, emphasis, emphatic stress, how to create an image, and then how to create a hyperlink to anything, not just text.